Built in 1896, Dingle Station was part of the former Liverpool Overhead Railway System. The station is within a 1,000-metre long section of tunnel and was the start and termination point for trains transporting workers to and from the Liverpool dockyards. The overhead railway system was decommissioned and subsequently dismantled in 1965. However, the tunnel remained and was eventually utilised by an engineering company to service and repair motor vehicles. During the summer of 2012, a section of the Brick Line tunnel collapsed, leaving a cavity underneath 11 surface properties, which resulted in the occupants being evicted for their own safety. The structural integrity of the tunnel has also been compromised and was subsequently deemed unsafe. SES Contracting were awarded the contract by Liverpool City Council to repair the collapsed section of tunnel and return a sound structural environment both within the tunnel and to the properties above. Before any remedial work could commence on the collapsed area, the access route to it had to be examined to ensure there was no immediate danger of further collapse. In addition, pull tests were carried out to prove sufficient structural integrity. Investigation holes were systematically drilled from the access entrance and a bore scope survey undertaken to determine the condition of both the brickwork and substrate behind the lining. SES Contracting designed a permanent solution for the tunnel that involved filling the void with foam concrete whilst leaving 2 vehicle access tunnels through the mass fill. This method ensures that any new fill in the crown is not at risk of collapse and transfers the load of the properties above away from the weakened tunnel lining and through to the base of the tunnel. The access tunnels were constructed outside of the collapsed area and were then advanced into position. This provided a safe working environment during construction and prevented operatives from working under unsupported ground. Once access had been safely achieved to both sides of the void, slimline supports were installed to the weakened brick liner at the crown of the tunnel at each side. The second access tunnel was then advanced into position. The next stage was to create a shutter from the invert of the tunnel to the crown, utilising the slimline supports. The shutter was designed to be built up in 1 metre sections, with the concrete pour taking place in between lifts. This ensured that pressure build-up on the shutter could be kept to a safe level. The foam concrete used to fill the tunnel and void was placed from the surface through a 100-metre pipeline using a concrete pump. Once the concrete had reached the crown of the tunnel, a specially designed shutter section was fabricated to enable the cavity to be filled. This section was installed on the third shutter lift. This enabled the pipes to be extended above the crown and up to the top of the cavity. The ends of the pipes were set at varying heights to allow the cavity to be filled efficiently. Breather pipes were also installed to enable visual confirmation of when the cavity was full. Any minor voids left between the strata and concrete infill were then filled with grout, using a previously installed 50mm grout pipe and breather tube. In total, SES Contracting placed 1,100 cubic metres of foam concrete and grout. After the void had been successfully filled, the shuttering system was removed to reveal the completed concrete plug with the 2 new integral access tunnels. Following successful completion of the work, Liverpool Council were able to allow the residents to move back into the affected properties. During the project, SES Contracting gained recognition for their good working practices and environmental care, and were awarded a Performance Beyond Compliance certificate by the Considerate Constructors Scheme. SES, providing bespoke solutions through early contractor involvement.